Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of the compact Westminster Reference Bible. So this one is put out by Trinitarian Bible Society, comes in a nice clamshell box. The back of this gives a lot of information on this Bible and the different models and the features that it has. So I'm going to pan down this here so you can pause it and check this stuff out, or maybe take a screenshot of it. There is an example of the font size, and then there is their website, tbsbibles.org. There is the ISBN number and the product code. This one is the black Meriva Calfskin leather. This one does sell for $59. This Bible measures out at 7 inches tall by 5 inches wide, and it's just 1.25 inches thick. So we've got nice red and yellow head and tail bands. We can see that we do have 4 ribbons. The only thing that I think a lot of people would like to see is to not have them stacked on top of each other and just have 4 next to each other, because there should be enough space for that. But either way, I do like that it comes with 4. Their gilding is really nicely done. I've never seen one of their Bibles that isn't really nice. So this black Meriva Calfskin, it really has a soft feel on the leather, but it's fairly stiff because it's going to be a paste down, but it feels nice and sturdy. This is a great size to take with you every day, as long as your eyes can handle the font size in this one. So you can see that that's pretty small. On the spine we've got Holy Bible, Compact Westminster Reference Bible, and the TBS logo. And then we've got those tooled ribs, and they are just slightly raised. Not a whole lot, but you can feel those. But really a nice, perfect take with you size Bible. I'm going to get the camera a little bit closer to this. And then I will show you this one compared to some other popular smaller Bibles. So we're going to have a vinyl paste down liner. Now all of their Bibles are sewn. So you do have a few pages in the front of blank cardstock, so you've got some space for some notes. So on that page there, you can see the marks from the stitching, but not the actual threads on there. But I do like the way that they do these front pages that all have a scripture on them. So I think that looks really nice the way they've done that. And then on this one here, we can see the threads. And every one of their Bibles is sewn, which is really nice. But I think these front pages, I think that's really neat. We've got a nice presentation page, very simple. I like the way that they do those. And again, this one does have a lot of cover options. So I'm going to get you closer in case you would like to jot down any of those or take a screenshot. Now they did have a 400th limited edition. It's a 400th anniversary of the Reformation, and so those, they've got just a few of them left. So if you're a fan of the Reformation, you may want to get one of those now while they still have some. So we're going to have the Epistle Dedicatory, and then these pages here are going to talk about all of the helpful characteristics of this version. So it'll tell you about the use of italic type. Then we've got Lord versus Lord as far as just regular type in all capitals. Got information on the use of capitalizations. And for some reason the camera is really picking up a lot of ghosting compared to what I'm seeing. So we've got the use of Old Testament names in the New Testament. This is really helpful as far as explaining the these and thous as far as personal pronouns. So this is super helpful. We've got information talking about the pilcrow marks. And then we were going to have book titles, chapter summaries, psalm headings, subscriptions to epistles, references in margins, further content in margins. Then this is going to be the guide to using this one continued. So we've got the running page heads, which is helpful. Then we've got chapter summaries before the beginnings of the chapters, which is helpful. Then it's going to explain superscript letters and numbers. And then this is one thing that if you're new to the King James, you'll really like this. On the asterisks, it's if you see a word in the text itself that's got an asterisk next to it, it's a word that we may not use anymore that's changed meaning, and it's going to give you the meaning of what it means today in the margin. And we've got the superscript section markers, and then we get into the lists of all the books and their abbreviations, and then we're going to get right into the Old Testament. So it's going to be the same layout and everything as the full size and the large print. So we've got the double column format. It's all verse by verse. Everything in this column is for this one here. Everything in the outer margin is for this column. So it really makes the text uncluttered. And even though this is a very small Bible, you're still going to have space if you wanted to take notes in it. So there's an example of one of the summaries here, one of the chapter summaries for chapter 1. And then right as we get right there on verse number 6, and God said, "Let there be a firmament." If you look to the left, you'll see that the firmament means sky. So that can be really helpful when you're reading from this one. Even though this is really small and it hasn't really been broke in yet, it's laying perfectly open, and we're right at the beginning of the Bible. They do use a really nice paper in all of their Bibles. I believe that it is line matched, but really easy to read. For some reason, the camera today is just picking up way more ghosting than normal. And it could be the lighting as well. So we're going to have 4 ribbons. We're going to have 2 black and 2 red. And they're not really a satin ribbon. They've got a little bit of a different texture to them. But to have a small compact Bible that has 4 ribbons, I think that's still pretty neat. So we've got, again, the 2 black and the 2 red. And they are long enough to actually use. So I do like that. Give you an example on how the poetry sections look. Now the font size in this one, it is a 7.3. And so the biblical text, I can read that with a good pair of readers. And depending on the day, I can read everything in these margins. Some days, depending on how my eyes are doing, sometimes that gets a little bit small. It's going to be just a black letter only, so we're not going to have any words of Christ in red. So when we get to the back, we're going to have the table of weights and measures. So that's going to span a few pages. We're going to have a list of words and proper names and their pronunciation. So again, if you're new to the King James, this will be handy for you, because then if you see a name that's kind of hard to pronounce, you can just hop back here and it's going to give you everything that you would need to be able to pronounce that. They do have a daily reading plan. So you can either read through the whole Bible once in 2 years, the Psalms and the New Testament twice. So the way that they've got that done. And then after the reading plan, we've got several pages of blank paper. So again, if you like to take notes, you're going to have several pages of blank Bible paper to be able to take your notes on. So I think there's like 10 or 11 pages there. Then we're going to get into our maps. They are on a thicker cardstock, but they are not glossy. So they've got really nice color on them. Easy to read everything. So even though they're small, the print and everything is really, really clear. So we're going to have 8 maps. And then we just get back to the back of the Bible. But great hand-sized Bible. I'm going to show you a comparison on some other smaller Bibles that are popular that everybody's probably familiar with. So there is it next to a Pit Minion. So not a huge outer dimensions difference, as you can see there, but it's going to be quite a bit thicker. This here is a KJV Cameo. So you're going to have larger font, of course, in that one there. And then there it is next to the personal size Quintel. They also offer this one in a large print as well as just a regular size. So I'm going to show you the difference on those, just as far as just not necessarily the Bible, but the boxes. So the large print is really good size. See if I can get that a little bit further out so you can actually see that a little bit better. So there's our large print box with our regular size, and then the compact. So 3 different sizes, so if you wanted to take one with you every day and you had good vision, the compact one would be great. The regular size is super popular. Awesome Bible. This one's great. It's just going to be a lot bigger if you wanted to try to take it with you. It might be a little bit big for everyday carry. But the regular size and the compact one would be great to take with you daily. Again, there's tons of cover options. And if you are interested in that Reformation one, the 400th anniversary, snag one of those now while you can, because once they're gone, they're gone. They will be having, right now they don't have a ton of stock on these, so get one while you can right now, because once the Meriva Calfskin ones are gone, they're going to have to wait until they need to do a full print run on all of the cover options before they order more. So support their ministry. Again, tons of cover options. And so it could be, once they run out of these, it could be anywhere from 1 to 2 years before they get more. So definitely get one of these soon. And again, it runs $59. There is the ISBN number, and I will link their website in the description box, and I'll also link the reviews that I have of the regular size as well as the large print. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.